How you going, Billy?
Outstanding, mate. After a game like that, how good is that? Ricky's had to rewrite his speech for the full-time press conference.
Incredible. Let's have a look at it. 20 to 18 at this point. And it's a bit of a Hammy's Hail Mary. They're just doing their best, throwing the ball around, keeping it alive. But in those conditions, like night football in Canberra is so hard. It's slippery. And to score this type of try, amazing try.
Yeah, and considering they had a man down, like the Sharks will probably rue this game. They should have scored. Yeah. I don't know what. I mean, the first half we saw 5 tries. The second half we only saw the one. But yeah, Ricky will be quite excited. The referee, I reckon he'll say the referee's had a good game.
Yeah, I think so. It was
got a feeling.
Well, could you imagine if it was the other way around?
Oh, well, it was funny. As we're coming in here, our producer, Johnny Clegg, goes, I think we should show the Ricky Stewart press conference.
Oh, yeah.
Is that going to be try of the year? That's a phenomenal effort. And that's now puts the Raiders, they're 3-2.
Yeah.
This is a big confidence boost for them.
I know it's only early season, Billy, but I thought tonight was a big game for both these sides.
I agree.
A little bit, because you're trying to, trying to find form around both of them, which has been difficult. But, I've said before, Cronulla, even when we went out of Vegas, people were saying, oh, mate, geez, the Sharks were good. But for me, they've still got a fair bit to make up against the very top sides till we can class them a contender. Tonight was evidence of that again.
They have trouble beating the top weights.
Yeah.
For me, the Raiders, their danger sometimes is they lose against sides they should beat.
Yeah.
And that's a game where they've iced a top 8 side, top 4 side, really.
Yep.
That's going to be big for their team.
Well, that's what Ricky does. When you're facing 3 on the trot, you knew he was going to have them up. But, geez, that first half was entertaining.
Oh, just tried. I thought defensively, both sides were a bit off. You know, the Raiders scored first, then straight away the Sharkies scored straight after. But they weren't hard tries. They were quite easy tries.
Yeah.
A couple of them had a little bit of work to do, but just lack of concentration for that one tackle, and they were just scoring points at ease. So,
to me, both sides lack resilience in defence. They couldn't defend their own errors.
Yep.
That's something that. OK, that'll win tonight, the Raiders, but if they want to go deep in this comp, they've got to defend mistakes.
Well, we're just talking about before about the conditions. When you're playing Canberra, it is really hard to attack. It is advantage to defence, and to have 36 points scored in the first half says a lot about both teams' defence. There we go. What we're doing here, we're letting the pitchers...
Yeah, we're letting it breathe.
We're letting it breathe.
We're letting it breathe.
We're all just watching the vision.
Yeah, it's good,
We're just appreciating the contest.
What we're all thinking is what Ricky would have said. We're robbed.
But that penalty there could have been... Well, that would have been the difference, and that would have been sticky, because that was not a penalty.
No,
in my mind, that was not a penalty. Even the Hudson Young one earlier, that was a penalty. I'm not too keen on them going back to find it and see it.
Yeah.
It should have been called by the ref, not go back and look for it. But the other one for the 2 points, that was definitely not a penalty.
He's had a good game, Hudson Young.
Outstanding game.
Played himself in the Wales side again.
Yep.
We've got some back rowers.
You do,
We can play our back rows in the halves. We should just stack it.
We can play our hookers in the centres.
Yes. We should just stack our team with back rowers. Try that. Why not? Everyone is a back rower. No?
Please do that.
Billy likes the sound of that.
Dick,
You're South Welshman anyway. Don't give me that shit.
Mate, look, the border moves. It can move. It blows in the wind.
Oh, we know that, yes. We know that. Hudson Young, mentioned him before, he had that sin bin. Now, they're going to enforce the high shot. The referee didn't see it, or saw no reason to blow a penalty. Yeah. The game went on. The bunker had a look, and they addressed it. Guys, if they get it right, that doesn't bother me.
Well, I've got no problem with it being a penalty, but that had to be called by the ref on the spot. I don't want to go back looking through a number of tackles. Oh, we found something here. Yeah. Let's go back then. If the ref doesn't see it, I think it's play on. I don't want to go back and see it through the bunker.
Well, it's what happens is that it gets worse and worse. All of a sudden, they start pulling back, tackle before, and then another one.
But also, too, after that incident, did you note there was a few more players... holding faces, laying down a little bit as well, trying to get that little bit of momentum.
So, is there any further repercussions there?
We got him high.
So, is there a week in that?
Given the fact they're talking about enforcing the rules or have a crackdown, might be.
But I think they're the tricky ones, where there was no intent there, there's no swinging arm.
They might just
he's standing there to make the tackle.
They might judge the sin bins suffice. I tell you, Hudson Young, you don't go back at him for any time try scorer. He got a double tonight. Actually, the 2-11s were really good as far as try scoring, but
he does.
He's got great.
Always around the ball, isn't he?
Always,
all the time. Yeah,
always around the ball, and he had
always hurrying around the ball.
And that last try, although he didn't score it, he had a big hand in it.
So there's no luck in his game because it's a lot of enthusiasm. He's constantly following it, giving himself the best chance to be in the right spot.
Just letting the audience know we're going to get into the fun soon, okay? We're just going to take apart this game.